What if the absolute fastest way to achieve complete and total perfection is to completely give up on being perfect? We are so incredibly terrified of making mistakes that we end up creating absolutely nothing at all. Today, we look at a famous experiment from a pottery class that reveals why your flaws are actually the secret ingredients to your mastery. Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to the final episode of our opening series. I am deeply honored to spend this quiet, reflective time with you today. Whether you are tuning in during a peaceful afternoon walk in Singapore, taking a coffee break in Geneva, or relaxing before bed in Chicago, I want to thank you for inviting me into your space. This podcast is your digital sanctuary where we untangle the complex knots of the modern mind while building your path toward professional global fluency. So, let us set aside our worries. Let us soften our shoulders. And let us begin. We carry an invisible, heavy burden into our workplaces and our language learning. It is the exhausting trap of perfectionism. We tell ourselves, I cannot speak until my accent is flawless. I cannot launch this project until every single detail is beyond critique. We believe that experts never fail, and that mastery is a straight line without a single scratch. But this heavy standard is a lie that paralyzes our potential. And today, we visit a simple pottery studio to understand a beautiful truth about human progress. If you have ever felt stuck because you are afraid of sounding foolish, or if you blame yourself for every minor mistake you make, this story will set you free. On the very first day of a university ceramics course, the professor divided the classroom into two distinct groups. He looked at the left side of the room and called them the quantity group. Their grade for the entire semester would be based solely on the weight of the clay they produced. If they made 50 pounds of pots, they would get an A. It did not matter what the pots looked like. They just needed to create a lot of them. Then, he looked at the right side of the room and called them the quality group. Their grade would be based on just one single thing, perfection. They only needed to produce one beautiful, flawless pot by the end of the semester to get an A. The experiment began. The quality group sat at their tables for weeks, meticulously drawing designs. They spent months studying the theory of clay, arguing about the perfect temperature of the oven, and trying to avoid making any mistakes. They were terrified of ruining their one chance. Meanwhile, the quantity group was having a completely different experience. They threw clay onto the wheels immediately. Their first pots were ugly, crooked, and completely collapsed. But they did not care. They just smashed the clay back down and tried again, rushing to make the next pound. By the end of the semester, an incredible thing happened. The professor lined up all the work to be judged. And the most beautiful, artistic, and completely perfect pots did not come from the quality group. They all came from the quantity group. Why did this happen? While the quality group was busy philosophizing about perfection, They sat with an empty ceramic wheel. But while the quantity group was busy making dozens of messy pots, they were actually learning how to handle the clay. With every single mistake they made, their fingers naturally adjusted to the weight. With every pot that collapsed in the furnace, they learned how to control the heat. They achieved perfection by being entirely willing to make mistakes. Their flaws were not failures. They were the actual lessons that shaped their mastery. This is the exact truth you need to embrace for your global career and your English journey. Many people spend years reading grammar books and memorizing lists of words in total silence. Their cup is full of theory, but their wheel is completely empty. They are sitting in the quality group, terrified of saying something wrong. But fluency is a dynamic skill, just like shaping wet clay. You cannot learn how to balance the wheel by just staring at it. You have to throw your voice into the conversation. You have to be willing to use the wrong tense, to mispronounce a word, and to let a sentence collapse out of your mouth. Every time you make a mistake and correct it, your mind naturally adjusts. Every awkward conversation is a pound of clay that brings you closer to executive authority. Perfectionism is a trap because it makes you focus on the fear of looking bad instead of the joy of getting better. Stop trying to make your very first pot a masterpiece. Just get your hands dirty. Speak, slip up, adjust, and keep spinning the wheel. As we conclude this journey of our first 5 episodes together, let us carry 3 final, powerful words into your professional life. First, redefine the word mastery. Mastery is not the absence of mistakes, it is the ultimate result of 1,000 corrected errors. Second, challenge the illusion of perfectionism. It is not a high standard, it is simply fear wearing a fancy suit. True growth requires the courage to be messy. And finally, practice the beautiful art of adaptability. When the clay of your life collapses, do not walk away from the studio. Just smile, reset the wheel, and begin again. Trust your hands. Enjoy the messy clay. And let the fear go. Thank you for sharing this incredible journey with me over these 5 episodes. Until next time, stay open, stay focused, and keep spinning your wheel.